My name is Lizzie. Each week I'm bringing along a different origami fold to encourage you to take some time out for yourself, some self-care time. These films are all dedicated to my colleagues in hospital at UCH and to patients as well. It's clearly a difficult time for everyone, and encouraging people that they need to look after themselves. And origami is just a beautiful, simple technique to be able to focus your mind on something else, make something beautiful, and it will always lift your spirits and it will make others smile as well. This month I'm focusing on stars, as I think we need them at this time of year. It's dark and stars sparkle the most when it's dark, and I think we need to encourage our own sparkle too. So this is called a puffy star, and it's a nice little almost 3D little star, and it's a traditional piece of origami. It's a little bit different because it's actually making knots, really, a knot with paper. So it's like using a strip of paper. And actually this was something that I was taught by a patient. So I was asked by a patient to learn beautiful lilies, bunches of lilies, origami traditional flowers, which I did and passed on. But the other thing that she taught me was to make these puffy stars. And the reason being because they're seen as symbols of good luck. So they are just such lovely little cheerful things. They're lovely to make. They're a nice little challenge. They're kind of simple and they're kind of tricky at the same time. And they're really fun to make. They also just make a little lovely decoration. So people would make them, scatter them around, or maybe put them in a little glass, a little pot. And yeah, again, nice as gifts, seen as good luck. They're just lovely little things. Little light paper. So to make your own puffy star collection, you will need to cut yourself some paper. So for A4 paper, I want you to cut a strip which is around 1.5 centimetres wide. I find that's about the best, and I'm sure that would work as well for letters. So 1.5 centimetres as a strip. If you have coloured paper, maybe even better, but I will show you how to do that. So the principle is we're going to tie a knot towards the end of the strip of paper, and you will find, quite astonishingly, it will form a pentagon. And that pentagon, you can wind up the paper, forms a little pentagon, and then you can gently squeeze the sides and it will form a 3D puffy star. So this is the sort of principle that you have of tying a knot, and can you see that is a little pentagon shape, and that's what you're aiming for. So how to do that? Okay, so here goes. I might get the board. I still quite like pressing on a board, even though it's probably not needed for this, but so that we can concentrate. So my strip of paper, I'm going to tie a knot. This is a very simple knot, which I think we would all know. So we're crossing one end over another. I just think it looks like a sort of collar of some top or something, or a tie. So we're crossing it, and we're going to take the short end and pop it up through that hole, like so. And that's it. That's all that you're doing. Now that pattern, you can see it forms a little pentagon, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shuffle it along to fairly close to the end, leaving a little bit sticking out. If you brought it all the way to the end, then it would fall off the end. So I'm trying to gently tighten it without damaging the paper, and you can see it is that pentagon shape, can't you? So I'm doing my best to tighten it, feel that it's fairly pentagony. Great. So I think I've made a little pentagon there. So first of all, we need to get rid of this edge. So I'm going to fold that, and you can see it will gently just fold the direction there, and I'm going to tuck it in. So you could tuck it maybe under, just for now you could just do it whatever layers there, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to tuck it in, tuck it away, because you don't want it sticking out. For the very end of your puffy star, then you'll want to tuck it away more carefully than that, but that will definitely do. Right, so you've got a pentagon, and it's quite amazing, but just very naturally, as you fold it, this little line of paper will gently go in the shape of the pentagon. Right, I think it's easier to actually do it. So here we're going to just push up, And can you see it's naturally taking me over to this side? Great. Now I'm going to then press it down. And now at the back, again, I am bringing it over and it's come up to this side. Great. And I am, again, just letting it wind round as it naturally goes. Come down to the bottom there. You almost don't have to think about it. It will just guide you. Again, bringing it up. Now it's up over this side. Pressing it down. This side. It's just very pleasing. It really is. Keeping it tightish if you can. It will help later on. Again, I'm getting almost there, aren't I? To almost the end of my paper. Pressing it there. It's obviously coming up to the top. And now to finish it, I'm turning it round now. So this little piece of paper needs to slot in there. Always a little bit tricky. I'm going to have to concentrate for this myself. So I'm going to pop it into that little hole. Just do your best. You might have to curve the other side round. Depends how carefully you want to do it, but I think if it could be hidden away completely, it will also help. So I have managed to tuck it in on both bits of paper, and going to have to just, this is the trickiest part of it. It's that initial knot and tucking it in, but you can definitely do it. And try to keep it all nice and tight. Right, it's not absolutely perfect, but it's not bad. Definitely being kind to myself. There we go. So how to make it puffy? At the moment, it's just a flat little pentagon. So there is a bit of an act to it. Again, you have to be very patient and kind to yourself. And I may have to here. We'll see whether it works. But you're going to have to slowly, gently press down in the middle. As it gains strength, as you start to press these in, it will get stronger as you go along. But the first one, if it kind of slips and folds in half, it won't be so good. So just go really patiently and kindly. So again, I am going to have to concentrate myself here. So I find that I've tended to use my finger there, pressing it in, and as it becomes, as I said, as it becomes 3D, it actually gets stronger. Tended to use my nail a bit, but that probably leaves a bit of a mark. Depends whether you have one. Can you see? And that little dip is beginning to give the arms of the star. So again, I'm going to do that for the next side. And can you see that little puffy star is beginning to form? And just go patiently, patiently, gently, gently pushing that in. But I would go slowly. So if you push too hard too quickly, then it could slip and not be such a good shape. So again, I'm pushing in the side and doing that on each side, and hopefully you'll find it's become puffier, which feels, and yet it's such a light, lovely little airy star. And just trying to get it evenish if you can. As I said, it's a bit of an art form, this, and you will learn as you go along what's looking good, and it'll probably be how even your pentagon is. And I think best of all is making a big pot of them, and then you can make lots of them. Hope you'll enjoy folding your own little puffy stars, and hopefully it gives you a lift as you think of each of these as quite cheerful little things. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've managed to make your own lovely little puffy stars. Thank you.